Hi there, this is Ronnie coming at you with a video. So yesterday I finished the adventure, my Cthulhu adventure, Rapture in Embers. Ended on session 5 with the party, the play characters being essentially wiped out. It kind of reminded me of when I was a kid watching Saturday afternoon wrestling on ITV's World of Sport, where the referee, the compere, would say, this contest would be decided by two falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout. Well, we had 2 deaths, 2 people going completely insane, and one person who essentially managed to, because the sort of entity that they were dealing with had some intelligence, and she basically begged for her life in return for service. But that pretty much ended the game as a contest. They were completely wiped out. I mean, 2 deaths, 2 of them sitting there going blah, 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 and one of them pledging her, undying devotion. And she was pretty close to going over the edge as well. So I was using, rather than using Call of Cthulhu, I was using True20 and the Shadows of Cthulhu supplement, which I managed to get because it was being sold for half price and on a sale, and I took a punt on it. Having used it, what do I think? I have mixed views on it. I think horror works well with True20. The sanity mechanic, like the damage track, is fairly brutal and fairly ruthless. And last time I ran a horror game with True20, it was something, as I've said in other videos, it was something akin to a cult, just kind of cult light, and it kind of suited that really dark, nihilistic, one thing really just snapping your brain, but that slow descent into madness, which is the cornerstone of so much of Lovecraft's work. It didn't really have that same feel to it. So whilst I thought it was okay for running Cthulhu, I think if I do run Cthulhu again, and I will run Cthulhu, I will probably use Call of Cthulhu itself rather than Shadows of Cthulhu. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad I've got it. It's a nice addition to my collection, but I think I will go to the sort of purer, more focused rule set if I ever run Cthulhu again. I don't think True20 does it particularly badly. I just think Chaosium, the system works a lot better for it. True20 as a system still works very well. I think it does modern horror very well, as my cult-esque game sort of proved. I do have Lux Aeternum, which, for anyone who doesn't know, is essentially Musketeers in space. Which I just want to. The concept alone has me ready. So I'm sort of jazzed at the idea of doing that. So True20 is certainly being kept. I do like it. I think the system works. I don't think it's perfect, but I think the system works. I think the next time I run a I think next time I you know, I mean I'm due to run Castle Falkenstein soon. I think next time I run a horror, I might run something a bit more action horror and use Savage Worlds. Run something a bit more action horror. I'm sort of I have been considering whether or not to run something just straight up sort of Victorian Gothic horror and use Falkenstein for it. Because I've said in a very recent video, it would it would suit it well. It's just not usually the way I play it. But I'm not against the concept of doing it. But I think next time it will be something along the side of the lines of Blade, Underworld, Buffy, that sort of thing, action horror, and you know, after really putting my players through the ringer in 2 different games now, where there's been total party wipeout in both cases, I want to see them, you know, have a game where they at least have something of a chance. What can I say? It tickles me. So anyway, that's a quick video from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.